What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Steps. Listen, we back again with another video. I told y'all I was gonna keep y'all up with this T Grizzly situation, man. Hey, and Poetic Flacco been going crazy. See, if I had the time, if I ain't had to work all day, I go and do my own research. But I be waiting to watch this type of stuff with y'all. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all if y'all here with me. Y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. Trying to get to that 20K before my birthday, which is in October. You feel me? So y'all go ahead and do that. Show some love. But without further ado, you know I don't like to talk y'all head off too much. Let's see what bro's talking about, man, because bro is going crazy. You would think bro got beef with T Grizzly the way he making videos right now.
That T Grizzly paid for his aunt/manager to be killed started off as a simple conspiracy. It's now escalated to the point where the murder suspect defense is in court saying that T Grizzly paid for the hit. Let's do a quick recap just to make sure everybody is caught up on this situation. And if you're not caught up and didn't watch the other two videos, you could go to the T Grizzly playlist to get caught up. But T Grizzly auntie Jobina Brown was shot and killed in 2019.
Sad to have to report this, but Yobina JB Brown, the manager and aunt of T Grizzly, was shot and killed in Detroit on Tuesday night, August 20th. Comments about her death began surfacing Wednesday, August 21st on social media before her passing was confirmed by TMZ. According to law enforcement sources, a shooter opened fire on Grizzly's Cadillac Escalade while the vehicle was traveling around Detroit. The gunman allegedly approached on foot and shot Brown, who was sitting in the back seat in her left side. Grizzly was reportedly riding in the passenger seat and got out of the vehicle as the shooter approached. The driver said the attacker fired 3 or 4 shots and noted that Brown screamed before the gunfire began. Brown was rushed to a local hospital but died from her wounds. She was 41 years old. Police don't know if Grizzly was the intended target of the attack. He and the driver were unharmed.
Let's continue the brief recap before we get into the new details, because it's crazy. It left me stunned. So if you watched my last video, you know that T Grizzly did an interview. During this interview, T Grizzly detailed exactly what took place moments before the shootout. T Grizzly and Jobina was riding around in their Chrysler 300 with a driver. They had to make a stop before getting to their destination. They stopped at T Grizzly's family house from his daddy's side. When they stopped there, T Grizzly got out from the back driver's side. Jobina was sitting in the back.
Dang, I'm sitting here looking at I hear what bro's saying, but is this nigga moving? Like, is this a slow zoom or some shit? Or am I I feel like I'm tweaking right now. Or this nigga just moving towards me on the screen, gang. Like, yeah, never mind. Maybe it's me, bro. Let me chill.
Passenger side. When T Grizzly got out and walked to the porch, gunmen came, opened up the back passenger side, shot into the vehicle, and killed Jobina. T Grizzly says the shooters were looking for him, and that's why they opened up the back passenger side, because they thought that's where he was sitting.
Still breathing and everything. She called me.
She called you?
While she was shot, she called me.
What'd she say?
I was trying to talk to her. I didn't hear what she was saying.
Oh.
She couldn't really form no words. You know what I'm saying? But, like, coming for me because they opened my door.
Okay.
And was shooting the car. They hit her 8 times, though.
And you have no idea where this came from?
I ain't got no idea.
That's a question I haven't. See, I watched the first video. I reacted to that one, too. But this is a question I always... How did you know they opened your door? Like... How do you know that for sure? Unless he talked to his driver. I believe they had a driver. So unless he talked to his driver, how would you know that they opened her specific? I mean, the door that you was specifically sitting in. You feel me? That was kind of the things I was like,
Came
you know?
from, but it didn't even matter where it came from. I felt like everybody was a suspect. I felt like everybody was a suspect.
T Grizzly was correct. Everybody was a suspect. But we'll get to that later and exactly what that means. But let's continue the brief recap. Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, was arrested for the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. Now, Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600. He's T Grizzly's associate, and he's Buka 600 associate, who was the groomsman in T Grizzly's wedding. After Wu 600 was arrested for the murder of T Grizzly's aunt, that T Grizzly believed was targeted for him, T Grizzly continued to hang out with 600 members like Buka 600. Wu Thing was initially arrested for the murder because he was pulled over in Chicago while sitting in an alleyway in a stolen vehicle, as well as being in possession of a firearm. The stolen vehicle that he was sitting in the alleyway was actually the getaway vehicle used in the murder of T Grizzly's aunt. And the firearm, after ballistics was done, was the same firearm used in the murder of T Grizzly's auntie. And the cell phone towers confirmed that Wu Thing was actually at the location for 2 hours before T Grizzly and his aunt got there. Why was you hiding out at that location with the murder vehicle and the murder weapon? Obviously, you are involved in the murder. but it also opened up more room for suspicion for T Grizzly. If this was a stop that was out the blue, it was a stop that came up while Yall was in the vehicle, and you just
Yeah, and that's another crazy thing, bro. Like, this finna get bad, bro. Like, this shit finna get bad. I'm telling you, bro, it's finna get bad. Cause like, listen, how would bro know where to be 2 hours prior, fam? Y'all know how cell towers work. That's how a lot of people get caught nowadays, cell towers. Why would you be there, and how would you know exactly where to be for 2 hours before T Grizzly even arrives, gang? That's gonna be like, if T get booked on this one, they got some evidence, bro. They got some. See, in the lab video, it was hard. I was thinking maybe like it was a back door. Maybe they was finna back door him. They was gonna open the door. Thought T was in there, was gonna kill T, but his aunt was in there, so they had to, get somebody going type shit. That's what I thought it could have been. But from hearing this, might be raps, buddy.
made an emergency stop somewhere to grab something, then how did the shooters know to be at that location for 2 hours? It didn't make sense whatsoever. And if they were at that location for 2 hours and they seen you get out, then why would they open up the vehicle and kill your aunt if they were looking for you? It made zero sense whatsoever. And it didn't make sense to the police either.
Exactly.
The police chief wasn't buying T Grizzly's story either. My sources told me, and when I say sources, understand this when I tell you this. I'm not talking about hearsay.
Why are you talking like that? Like, bro talking like he just a kingpin or something like, bro. But you see the faces bro was just making? Hold on. Bro talking like he was on some gangster shit. Hold on.
And this when I tell you this. I'm not talking about hearsay. I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking everything I tell you.
Yeah.
They've been in the room when it happened.
Oh.
I'm not talking about, hey, yo, I heard this. Hey, yo, Pookie told me. No, I'm talking about when I tell you something in this video, understand.
I've never seen nobody this gangster about getting information about a murder. You feel me? Bro, it's nah, this should just be funny to me, bro. Maybe it should be me, bro.
The person I heard it from was in the room when it happened. The person that told me is connected directly to the situation.
Ooh.
I was told the police chief looked T Grizzly in his eyes and told him, I know you involved somehow. I'm going to get down to the bottom of this. The police chief thought this. The police chief thought that T Grizzly was involved somehow. They just couldn't prove it. They just couldn't connect the dots because people wasn't talking. Whoever this Wu Thing guy is, he been quiet. That's until he went to that courtroom today.
Ooh.
That's until he went to that courtroom. Oh, and we're going to talk about what happened in that courtroom. It's not looking good for T Grizzly, what took place in that courtroom.
Ooh.
But the police chief told T Grizzly, we know you involved somehow.
We gonna get
now, you could say the police chief is salty. They got something against T Grizzly. They got a vendetta against T Grizzly. Okay, you can probably go with that. But when the police chief is telling T Grizzly that to his face, and he's telling Jobina Brown's family to their face, hey, we know something is up. The police chief told Jobina Brown's sister and Jobina Brown's mother that they believe that T Grizzly is involved somehow. Now, T Grizzly became a suspect almost initially because the police chief discovered, so T Grizzly's uncle was married to Jobina Brown. The uncle went to jail 3 months before her death. Within those 3 months, T Grizzly began an intimate relationship with Jobina Brown. Police chief looked at that and thought, wait, that's messy.
I wonder how they figured that out. But even if they're like, I don't see this. To me, it's allegedly. I don't know. But if it's in the court document, gotta be true. See, and this goes back to the first video, bro, where they were saying he had got her pregnant or some crazy shit. I was thinking maybe it was a deal issue, like he wanted to get out. He didn't want her being his manager. He didn't want to pay her no more. I thought that could have been a chance, or it was either a back door. With this information, it's like maybe he did get her pregnant, gang, and shit, he didn't want his wife to find out. He didn't want his uncle to find out because it'll look bad on him. It'll be a sticky situation. So he was like, man, I had to get a knock. Like I said, got knocked up and got knocked off. And it gets sticky.
That could obviously lead to something, but that's before they began to put the puzzle together. T Grizzly and Jobina never fully admitted that they were intimate, but I was told that family members began to figure it out fairly quickly, and it was starting to get around. Could T Grizzly maybe have gone the extreme to cover it up? Maybe. Now, the rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant at the time of her death is false, but where those rumors came from makes things so much worse for T Grizzly. The rumors that Jobina Brown was pregnant came from court, and it wasn't a prosecution who put that theory out there. It was the defense. It was Wu Thing's defense attorney. You see, Wu Thing is the murder suspect in this trial. Whatever his defense attorney say came from Wu Thing.
Exactly.
See, street dudes is finding creative ways to tell nowadays. They telling through their lawyers, right? They won't get their butt up on that particular stand and point their hand and tell it all, but they gonna tell through their lawyer. The defense attorney, who is responsible for getting Wu Thing off, he came to court and he says, listen, obviously, T Grizzly put the hit out on Jobina Brown. He said that in court. The transcripts will prove it. And he also said that he did it because Jobina Brown was pregnant. Now, the prosecution understands that the prosecutors themselves could probably believe that T Grizzly is guilty, but right now, they're trying to prosecute Wu Thing. So they brought the autopsy person or somebody, an expert, to testify that Jobina Brown was not pregnant. T Grizzly is a smart man, so he already understands that if the defense attorney is in court saying that you were the one who put the hit on your auntie, that came from the murder suspect, that came from the shooters. That means the shooters is already talking. That means the shooters is already giving information to their attorneys, and they're trying to use that to get him off. It's not.
Hey, bro look little, don't he? Bro look little as hell, like he's still a kid type shit. I wonder how old bro might be. He might be older than me, gang. But right now he just look like a teenager or something.
Not looking good for you, man. And all that tells me, to be honest, is that the shooters believed the aunt was pregnant. They probably heard, this is why we're doing this. This is why we're taking her out. They probably was under the impression, yo, we gotta, you feel me, take her out because she's pregnant. And if that's the case, then maybe if T Grizzly is involved, then he probably thought she was pregnant the whole time she wasn't. Maybe he was told if he's involved, right? So if I'm T Grizzly,
she could have pulled one of them toxic, like, nah, you can't leave me alone, I'm pregnant. And it could have cost her life. Yeah, I know. Yeah, if you've been there, you've been there. You know, when you try to leave female and they, hey, I'm pregnant. I just found it. Yeah, that's why I've been acting the way I've been acting the whole time. She not even pregnant. Can't mix business with pleasure. And you can't keep it in the family. That's disgusting. That's crazy. Especially if you was close to your uncle. Man.
And I'm hearing this information. If I'm involved and I know who I told this to, then I know they telling. I know they talking already. And it's not looking good at all. Now, the shooter is trying to get the cell phone tower evidence dismissed. The shooter is saying, yo, the phone is registered in somebody else's name. However, that number from that phone is a number that's known to him. It is a number that he's been using for like his probation officer, his family and friends. That's his number. But because the phone is registered in somebody else's name, he's trying to get it dismissed. It's not going. They're not dismissing it. The evidence stands. The driver who was in the vehicle when Jobina Brown was shot and killed, he testified that the shooting took place 45 seconds from when T Grizzly got out the vehicle. What that shows is T Grizzly was on that porch. That shows that there's a high likelihood that the shooters seen T Grizzly, because from how the car is positioned in a picture of the house, if you're walking up to the back driver's side and you're opening it up, you can see over the car. Like, you can see the porch from that angle, and you'll be able to see a 6'3", 350-pound T Grizzly. you can't miss him. So
No,
if he was the
facts.
target, you'll be able to see him. He was not the target. It doesn't make sense that he is the target. Now, someone who hopped on the phone with T Grizzley, someone who talked to T Grizzley after the incident and was told by T Grizzley what happened, I asked, yo, how did T Grizzley sound? Like, was he like emotional? The words that I was told verbatim.
When it comes to starting your business, not all services are created equal. That's where Busy stands out. We're more than just...
It felt like he was trying to fake emotions. It felt like he was trying to like kind of like draw up something. Like he was trying to sound like he was distraught. The person told me, bro, I can't really explain it, they said. It just felt like he was trying to like come across as if it was this and it was not. Sada Baby was also signed to Jobina Brown. Sada Baby was one of the people who came to identify her body. I believe it was Sada Baby and Jobina Brown's sister, if not her mother, who went to identify her body. And I was told that Sada Baby was distraught. He was effed up about this. I was told, but like Sada Baby was looking at T Grizzley a little crazy.
Fact. Didn't they have like a little beef? Wasn't there like a little beef or something because of this? But you know the streets talk. So Sada street, bro. Don't get me wrong. So the streets probably know what's going on. That's probably why he can't really go back to the, you know what I'm saying? Can't really go back to the city like that, bro. But you gotta think about what this gonna cause outside of just her passing away. Like if they found out T did this or ain't have anything to do with it right now, even while he free, it's gonna be hard in the streets. Like if he ever try to go back home, it's gonna be tough, bro. Cause the way they saying, like she had love, bro. Like she had genuine love. And Sada, yeah, bro.
Sada Baby actually looked T Grizzley in his eyes and told him, hey, bruh, tell me you don't got nothing to do with this. That even Sada Baby wanted T Grizzley to know, hey, bruh, tell me you got nothing to do with this, man. And that T Grizzley gave his word to Sada Baby that he ain't had nothing to do with this. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Now, the next court day is tomorrow. I'm going to have people in the court day. I'm going to have people in the room. We're going to figure out more details about what's going on. Because the defense attorney for the shooter is throwing T Grizzley under the bus. Now, right now, it don't feel like the shooter or the suspect is telling, because from their perspective, they believe the case is weak. Because once you throw out the cell phone evidence, at this point, it's kind of like, how do we put him at the location? So he hasn't really like fully told yet because they believe the case is weak and they can beat it. But once he's found guilty, once they put him right where he belongs, man, it's over with, bro. It's done for.
He gonna tell for sure.
It's over with. Now,
because it's very seldom, especially nowadays, there's not too many solid people like that. Like that's gonna just go to jail and just take that lick, bro. But you gotta think about it too. You saying like it's not much of a case. They feel like they can beat it even without the cell phone, bro. Why does he have the gun in the getaway car still? Why does he have the gun in the getaway car still, bro? That's gonna be and that's they hear that, bro. The jury hear that. That's how they got it here, bro. That's gonna be embedded. They found him with the gun that was used to kill this woman. They found him with the getaway car that was used to kill this woman. How can you prove people wrong after hearing that?
I was told the family, Jobina Brown family, has been very suspicious of T Grizzley for a while. And when I was told why, they said, listen, the family has been suspicious of T Grizzley because he continued to hang with the people that the family believe is responsible for the aunt's death. If Wu Thing, aka Wu 600, is from 600, and T Grizzley groomsman in his wedding last year was Buka 600, the family is like, come on, man. We not born yesterday, yo. If the hit was for you, then why are you still hanging out with those people? So it's not just us. The family themselves is upset that T Grizzley is still hanging out with the people that are responsible for the death of their aunt,
That do make sense now. See, now my theory just threw out the window when he said that, bro. But y'all know how I was like, man, maybe it was a back door. That theory threw out the window. Because think about it. If they didn't get you that day and you still hanging with them, they had multiple years since then to knock you off. They've been to your wedding. Y'all probably been in private places. So that theory of a back door out the window. I'm down one. Intimacy. So it's got to be like a... So now the theory, it got to be, he just wanted to get her out of there because she told him she was pregnant. She wasn't pregnant. I don't know, bro. That's the only thing I can come up with right now.
Daughter, niece, mother, wife, etc., etc.
That, or he wanted to get out of contract.
What I can say, man, is this started off as a simple conspiracy. This started off as y'all telling me, Flacco, oh, you reaching, Flacco. Oh, my God, you police, Flacco. Am I still police if this is true? Am I still police if this is true?
Yes. That's the police's job. That's the police job to find out the truth. Bro, these type of people be having me rolling, gang. Like, these type of people be making it seem like, yes, bro, this is police work. And I'm sitting here reacting to police work. That don't make me police, because this is not something that I would just sit down and do. I'm saying I be working, like I said, so I don't got time to do research or whatever. But like, really, it's just coverage, bro. It ain't like he out there solving a case or whatever the case may be. There's a lot of fake gangsters out there that's police for real, like informants. So y'all chill on my boy, man.
Street stuff. If this is true, if a wife and a mother was killed and she wasn't in the streets, she wasn't no gangbanger, she wasn't none of that, is this still street stuff if she gets justice? Is it?
That's the thing about the streets, bro. Like the streets will keep stuff hidden from, like, if it's really in the streets and ain't no solving, it's still gonna be justice served, but the justice that's gonna be served is not gonna be the type that, you know, from the police. You know what I'm saying? They might get slid on, they may get shot at. You know what I'm saying? Theoretically speaking, you would want justice for your people. Like, say if anything was to happen to my mom, I would want justice. But if it wasn't found, I probably would crash out. You know what I'm saying? That's my baby. You feel me? And I feel like that's a lot of people's mindset. Like, I don't see too many people who would, and this is for anybody that you don't know the toll they could take on a person, bro. For instance, I'm gonna put it in picture for y'all. Y'all, something happened to y'all mama. Y'all know who did it, but they didn't get in trouble for it. Y'all in the same city, you gotta see this person. Eventually, how you gonna feel? Come on, man.
Y'all got it backwards, homie. Y'all got it backwards, homie. This ain't no street stuff, homie. They weren't at war. If T Grizzley is involved, and I'll say if, this ain't no street stuff. They weren't at war. They weren't into it. They weren't beefing. Yo, to me, T Grizzley already showed from the very jump. He ain't got no morals. He ain't got no principles. You was effing on your uncle's wife or ex-wife, because when you go to jail, like, bro, the uncle got sentenced to 9 years. He was 3 months into the sentence when Jobina Brown passed away. A 9-year sentence, bro, that's your ex-wife at that point. But if T Grizzley was effing on the uncle's wife 3 months into his sentence, that's a man that ain't got no loyalty to nobody. And all he does is rap about backdooring. Nah, man. This is bro. Y'all let me know in the comment section, people. Man, I can't believe this, man. This murder mystery done turned into some ish right now.
Facts. Now this new evidence, whatever you talking about, if this shit true, bro, it's crazy. Diabolical, man. Diabolical as fuck. My bad, YouTube. See, I be tripping, bro. I be tripping. It's just my lingo. But listen, y'all let me know what y'all think in the case, bro. I think it's getting crazy. I think it's getting scary, bro. All these rappers, a lot of stuff is catching up to a lot of people, bro. Right now, everything that's done in the dark in the past of these rich people, bro, is coming to the light. Like, y'all boys, man, y'all shit, stay true to you, gang. Don't you know what I'm saying? If you gonna do something, go to jail for it. I ain't gonna lie. Just go ahead and go to jail. Because the way they coming 10, 15 years later and picking people up in their 40s and 30s, bro, you might as well go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it out the way, my brother. Without further ado, like I said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Appreciate y'all for stopping by and watching with me, man. Hey, let's get to that 20K. You feel me? Not tomorrow, but today. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Peace.